motivated me. So really, it's really about us. It's really about us. It's about us making a change in this country. It's us having, not only I appreciate the dialogue, it's about us having dialogue, but having action like they're doing now, like being here. Like not only voting, but making sure your congressman do what he say he's going to do.
How are we supposed to shake hands? Do we have the power? Yes. Yes, we're asking.
What you guys do?
Where is there no solution?
I can give you a lot. Percentage, okay? I can no,
Okay, so next time go. Pick somebody, make sure that they do what they do.
We've been voting, we've been in democratic community, we've been so-called democratic countries. Democratic. Okay.
You heard about Russ Feingold? Russ Feingold did not get reelected because people stayed home. That's why. Christie got elected in New Jersey because people stayed home. There you go. I could name names.
Because we want to have a dialogue, but we don't want action. We don't really want to go out there and look. I could have stayed home. You could have stayed home. But really, it's about action. It's really is about what it's about is about you, because you're much younger than me. It's about you're going to make the change. You're going to make the change. It's about people like you who are asking questions, but you're asking it of me, but we need to ask it of the people who have the power to be.
What I hear you guys saying though is we need to vote. All young people need to take voting very seriously.
And read. No one looks at who educates.
Yes, educate. Young people need to take responsibility. Look, I was at school, right? And they were like telling these kids, right? We're in college. Anybody in college? All right. When I was at the school and I was sitting there and people were getting admitted to college, and they were telling them, the girl said, yeah, I want to be an art major. And the school said, yeah, okay, well, you need to take math. And so the girl who signed up for math. So I was like, well, why should you need to take math to be an art major? She took math because they said she needs to look into her own college because it's about her career, her life, and that's what this country is about. It's about your life. I'm a lot older than you. You may not look at me, but I am. But I'm at the midpoint of my life. What's going on is going to be about you.
But why should we vote? It seems like every time we vote, some clown gets in office and then does the opposite of what we said. And then it looks like every time that something positive is changed, whether it's civil rights, end of slavery, women's liberation, gay liberation, you name it, it's when people didn't vote and actually went to the streets and did shit.
That's not true. You can do both. You can explore different avenues of getting your messages across what you think about what the message is. And I'm not talking about resolution and a message. I'm saying you have to think through what's more people. Find people who have something to say about that, whose record you can trust on that, and make them and you powerful, not the folks who take advantage of you staying home.
Hey, if you go out, if you hit the streets,
that's good. Or a state or a nation. We're staying home will be taken fully advantage of every single
What are we supposed to tell? Okay, I hear what you're saying, sister, but what are we supposed to tell 11 million people in this country who have no civil liberties, undocumented workers, black people in Florida whose ability to vote, they ask for 90 pieces of identification before you can vote. All across the U.S., black and Latino people are constantly denied their voting.
The ACLU is trying to fight that. The ACLU, there are places on the ground that are trying to fight that.
Oh, wait. Let me ask you this question, though. You said, excuse me. You said, why should you vote? Well, what happens if you don't vote? You said, why? You said, well, I should not vote. But what happens if you don't? If you do nothing. If you do nothing, then it's going to happen regardless. But at least if you do something, look, if they don't do it in the politics, then you bring it to the streets. You bring a consciousness. Because you know what? All truth comes to light. Even this, like I'm telling you, everybody's saying how like everybody's out here tourism and everybody just hanging out. But you know what? There are people who have some conscience. This is going across the nation. This is a fight for.
These guys are pretty smart in their their frustration because they're students. They have been sold this dream that they have to go to college, get student loans, and they're going to graduate and they're going to have this six-figure salary job promised to them, and that's not the truth. They see their own friends graduating and having to service, busboys and waiters in restaurants just to get by, just to pay their So I understand. Listen, I'm a school teacher, okay? I understand their pessimism. I'm a salesman right now. I call myself a school teacher, but what I really am is a salesman. I'm a salesman for college and university. I go and I convince kids that if you don't go to college, then you're going to be a loser. If you don't go to college, then you're going to be a complete failure. And you're going to be like one of these bums on the street. I just had a discussion on the other side. I said, back when they had child slavery, when they disciplined the slave, they would do it in the open. They didn't do it in the background, they did it in the open. They chopped his foot off, they mangled him, they lynched him. So what is the lynching that is taking place right now? If these kids walk out and they see these monstrous buildings, skyscrapers, there are billions of dollars in transactions going on, but yet there are homeless people outside, people without health care. And so what message does that communicate? It's saying that if you don't conform to what we want you to be like, what we want you to do, you're going to be just like that. You're going to be a homeless, you're going to be on the street. And I do it every day. I do it every day. It's sad. So, but for these young guys, I'm 20 years removed from high school, right? And I feel a sense of pessimism. Listen, I love what this country stands for, but I don't like I hate how we're trying to go after it. It's just impossible. There's almost no future for these guys. There's almost no, and it's sad, it should be. We should have a system where they should at least be able to graduate and get something. They're graduating and not getting anything.
That's right.
That's unacceptable.
That's right.
They have nothing to look forward to.
You guys are saying the way to change it is vote. That's what.
I'm not. That's one.
No. And I have something to say about that. If you don't mind, I'm sorry for being so wordy. I apologize.
No. That's what it's about.
But you're not taught at a young age that in a democratic society, your job is to participate. Your job is to be active. If you're active, sometimes Fox Media, they will label you as some type of socialist or communist. You are in a democracy. Listen, the people that came over to this country fought to be free, right?
Isn't that what I said?
And so as a part of that freedom, you are now given the opportunity to participate, to vote. You are supposed to be exercising that, but you're not taught at a young age to be a participant in democracy. You're taught at a young age to be a consumer. And then at a later age, you're taught to be scared and afraid, and so to conform. So there's nothing wrong with people coming out, mobilizing, and participating in democracy. So when we say vote, okay, some people are of the idea that voting for politicians is like a game. Because whether you have Republicans or Democrats, it doesn't matter. We're still in the same situation. But you should still be active. Have to be active. If you lay dormant, then they win. Okay? They win, and there are people that are out there that are looking out for your best interest. Who's the best person to look out for your best interest? You. So you have, as a part of being an American, part of being in a democratic society, you have to be active. Have to be. Have to be.
Be voting, be
That's not a bad thing.
Protecting the way we're doing it.
Not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing to be active. People give you this stigmatism like being active is the best. Not a bad thing. You have to be.
You always gotta be active.
You have to be active. I'm not saying tear down buildings and burn. No. We can have civil discourse. We can have a nice debate and nice, conversation back and forth. Let's do that. That's what our society should be. I wish we were 100 years in the past, because they went to colleges and universities and they had debates and they marched 50 years ago. Come on, they have so many people in colleges and universities engaging in discourse. Now everybody want to watch Jersey Shore and MTV
How can you agree and disagree if you have people